I'll turn the camera around. Those of you who joined Runa's tour this afternoon on Hago have seen some of this. But we decided it would be brighter to walk along the fjord and then it would be in the village right now because of the shadows. And the fjord is kind of light looking because of the snow. So that's a frozen waterfall. I think it actually is still, it's leaking a little bit.
It's running, it's just running under the ice.
Yeah. Happy Saturday. So, here's another scary thing. Well, you can't really see it from here, but maybe you can see closer. I noticed that the gas is at an all-time week low of 18.49. It hit 22.38 yesterday. I've not seen it over, it's barely been over 20, and it jumped straight to 22. So that's over 10 liters per gallon. $10 a gallon for gas in Norway. It's insane. It's a little cheaper in the east where I'm going to, though. So how are things where you're at? That, for a little bit of Gudvangen folklore, that is the one-stop shopping, or the only shopping in all of Gudvangen, the huge city. It is a gas station. It is a grocery store. It is a post office. Technically, it can be a pharmacist because you have to get your and a liquor store because they can send that through the mail to you. And they have a little eating area in there and some eating outside too. So there you go, one-stop shopping in Gudvangen. Peruda made it online. Peruda, happy to see you. I don't know how much you want to go into that, but politics this week and political events this week means we're very happy to see you, Peruda. So should I check chat real quick? I can't talk. Charlotte is here. She says, no work this weekend. She finally got her Wi-Fi again. You know, I read your capital G-O-T in Gata's Game of Thrones, and I thought, Game of Thrones Wi-Fi, that's a new one. I might need to get out more. Garcia's here. She says, hello from cold but sunny Holland. It's colder than I thought it was here now. Leard is here as well. She says it's finally starting to warm up where she's at. Susan Youngman, she's got snow too. And minus 14 Fahrenheit. She's hiding inside. Torben's here. Look, Torben. It's a Karl. Are we going to throw you under the bus today in one way or another?
If I know you correctly, yeah.
I got Torben helping me. So I'll turn it. It is going to, I don't know, we'll see how long we can be out here. So, grass on the roof. It is not a Viking house. There's actually sun windows on this house. It's the kayak center. But they don't like the Vikings, so they've blocked us off. That's okay that we've got arrows. So there you are. Viking Village, Kayak Center. Viking Village, Kayak Center, Avalanche. Kayaking, it kind of reminds me of when I was in college, I used to be a whitewater rafting guide. I'd follow along the rafts in kayaks. And I ruined my arms that way. Oh, Torben says he's gonna play nice, Karl. Do you believe him?
No, not for a second.
Nah, well then, if he's expecting it of you, you might as well fulfill his dreams. Let's see, I gotta stop a second and check the chat because I can't read and walk at the same time, apparently. Dallas is nice and warm, says Lindsay Langley. Oh my God, I'm a little jealous of the heat right now, although I would quickly get too warm there. Oh, they're getting ready for a Renaissance fair. Oh, Karl's got some, Torben's got some questions. My friend was getting excited to go to a Renaissance festival or fair in Minnesota, but I think that's in the fall. So he's making his own outfit. He decided he's going to be a Witch King Viking. Karl, how do you feel about Witch King Viking Renaissance fair costume?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
Oh, no, okay. It could be fun. I like the concept though, but... So there's the fjord. So you can see how nice and pretty it is today. So if any of you saw on the Viking Valley's Instagram page, we got a hold of somebody's video. It fell, of avalanche, it fell all the way down there and into the fjord. And it was just basically powder snow by that time and went all the way across. But that's the rest of it. And that was a week ago, week and a half maybe. Witch King Karl is just normal Karl, says Peruta. So I'll let you see. And I'll show you that while we walk along. Charlotte says it looks lovely there now, yeah, but I underestimated the temperature, so my fingers are starting to turn red. Okay, so Torben says he's got some questions. Bring them on, Torben. I'll show you fjord, you show me questions. We didn't actually get the sun today, though. I mean, it technically comes up over the mountain opposite us, behind us, but it's cloud cover today. Like those, but I kind of like the low-lying clouds. There's a little bit of those, so cloud cover is not bad. Garcia says here gas is 20.70 NOK and 200, also $2.09. Yeah, €2.09. So they're just behind us then. It's been over 20 for over the last month at least. I don't think it was before Christmas, that's for sure. But 22.38, holy crap. Anyway, gotta show you the view before we cross the bridge. We're going over there because there's heat in there if they're open. Gas and war, yep, it's a bit of a week. So to anybody from Ukraine, we hope you're okay, stay safe. One of the beard struggle guys that comes here, he, for photos, he drives this car that is also a place where he makes his food, he sleeps, showers, everything in that car. It's quite cool. And he drives around the world with it, everywhere. Has a huge map on the hood of his car so you can see where he's been. So he's in Ukraine. He's been there for about a week. But the last thing he posted, he is safe, he's got enough gas, but he's in this huge long queue to get out. But enough gas to get out. And you can see lots and lots and lots of people walking by him with suitcases. Oh, there's some people out there on the fjord. So that's where the Viking ship is no longer. The light Viking boat, Njarder boat. If you saw that on Viking Valley Instagram, the boat that got destroyed by a storm, it's right where that big patch of snow is. But it's not there anymore. So I'll give you another view, and then I'll turn around and show you another view. Is that an island there, Karl, or is that just a...
There shouldn't be any islands out there, no.
I didn't think so, no. Then we'll turn around so you can see the other way. It's nice being able to ascend outside for the first time. This way, now that we're in the middle of the bouncy bridge. Is it a bouncy bridge because it's a suspension bridge or what? Yeah, it is.
No, well...
Kinda. It's so low-lying, but it bounces. So if you want to scare tourists when they're on the bridge and they don't realize it bounces, you just take really big jumps on the bridge at the same time and send them flying like a trampoline. It's quite cool though. The snow, not the flying tourists. So you have to come and visit us soon. I know for sure we're open in May, but I don't know when or if sooner than that. That's the Viking village, by the way, where Karl and I work. That house over there, that one right there, the one that goes this way, that's the one that Karl and I have when we stay in the village. But for now, we live under that avalanche. It's a good place to be. Yeah. So I can see... Karin is here. She says, hello, how are you? I am surviving. Karl's still calm. We haven't thrown him under the bus yet, but we're trying. Drea's here as well. She says, good morning. She's listening while cross-country skiing down my road. It's a beautiful out today. Oh, I don't have the energy to cross-country ski anymore, but it's really pretty to do it there. She's also been doing a lot of shoveling after a big snowstorm. You know, every time, so we actually get snow here, but usually the snow doesn't stick around in Gudvangen. So for like the last 3 times out, I've been saying I'll bring a shovel, but nah, we're not going to get any more snow. Boom. And then I I don't have spikes on my tires, so I can't get very far up without it. Pruda likes the mountains, and so does Charlotte. She says the mountains are magnificent. Yeah, there are worse places to live. So it'll be nice if I don't have to commute anymore, but we shall see. My kids are very fond of the school they're going to in the east of Norway, in eastern Norway, so that's the old hotel. And that's cool. We have to see if there's anybody in. Oh, I see one room is being rented. You can see there's lights on in the ceiling. But that's about 12 or 15, I can't remember, hotel rooms. And the way Runa, I love the way Runa says this. They've got windows on their ceiling, so you, while you're laying down in bed, you can watch the avalanche come down to you, so that you have time to get out. But I think you'd actually be safer in there because it's like made of concrete, that whole building. Now, if the avalanche comes that way, it's nothing but snow, just powdery snow at that point. It has a runoff path.
There is a reason why both Nutting and the Fjordtell are round.
Yeah?
Because if an avalanche comes down over that thing, if the ravine on the other side of that is full, and you have an avalanche that just comes plowing through here.
Oh, it goes this way, yeah.
The avalanche itself isn't going to destroy the buildings, but the shockwave might.
Oh, that's true.
So you don't want any big walls to collect all that energy.
So it kind of pools up in there, and then it goes down here, and then hits a layer, and then gets here, and then it comes down. It looks like a waterfall through here, and it goes. But you can see it's been forceful enough to actually push snow over the side a little bit. But it does go all the way down to the fjord. Should we see how big it is? Runa said it was pretty tall. We could see how tall it is compared to Karl. Maria made it! Yay! So now we can ask needle binding questions. I have a bag of needle binding on me, so we can look at it and see what I didn't accomplish this week. So have we officially renamed that stitch to the Skansen stitch now? The one from Sweden. Jenny's here too! Yay! Okay, did any of you finish making anything in that stitch? Because I'm still working on it. It takes a while because of the M2 connection. It's a bit awkward for me to hold it. There you can see the... Oh, we could look in the hotel room there, but I don't think you can see crap with the lights off. But and grass on the roofs because Norway. So we have to see it. Okay, to give you an idea of how big the snow is over there, just behind the gazebo, there's a tractor in front of it, a digger, not a tractor. This is the hotel, by the way, and the restaurant. It's called Fjordtell, a little play on words there for hotel and fjord. And that's Georg in the window when he was younger. We'll have to look at him later if it's open. Oi! I see the glass shattered. Huh. I wonder what happened there. Maybe it was an avalanche. No, I don't know. They might be replacing it too. Is that where you guys had your old business before the village was created? When you had the old Viking shop?
The one that... basically pretty much where the sea entrance is now.
Huh. I think it's cool they're fixing that house up again. It was getting really old.
Long before the village opened.
Yeah?
Maybe 2007, around there. Anders Hovland and what's his face, the Conan guy, Espen.
Yeah?
Were blacksmithing here.
Oh, Espen is Dalsgred or something is his name. Big guy. They used to be blacksmithing here? If you have to go to the bathroom. That's also a bus stop. So, okay, so remember this is the avalanche we're always looking at, and it goes down this way. Look how tall that is. So they have to carve, this is where the anorthosite gets shipped also to the rest of the world, Norway, whatever. That darker snow in the back is not snow, that's rock.
It's the rest of the world. I think there are like 2 anorthosite mines in the world.
Yeah?
One up in this valley and one somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's fairly uncommon to get it at all, or to get it as much of it that you can mine it.
Yeah. There's that other avalanche that was on Instagram. You get a little idea of how big it is. There's a tunnel going through there now, though, but you still can get hit by an avalanche there. So they dug out, have to dig it out every time the avalanche comes down far. Then they have to dig out so they can get back through there again. But they're fairly quick at it every time now. So Karl, go stand over by that big pile of snow at the bottom here, so you can see how much fell off, how much falls down. There's trees in that mess too. Look how tall it is, and he's still standing at least a meter away from it and smoking an authentic cigarette there. Look at how big that mass is. And then it reaches the fjord, but so you don't want to get hit by that. It's just as tall or no, slightly shorter on the other side there. You can kind of see the distances there. Yeah, that's almost the top of the one, and then. So no, I wouldn't want to get hit by that. And it's big wet snow too. So let's see what else we got here. Karin says, our little beast is eating grapes with a surprising amount of enthusiasm. I wonder what happens when we are out. You know what happens when little kids eat a lot of grapes, right? The diapers become very, very full.
Yeah,
it's good for them, though.
Doesn't they just fill diapers no matter what I eat?
Well, it gets a little diarrhea, right? A little diarrhea looking anyway. My kids really liked fruit when they were small. Torben says he spent some hours on that bus stop that's behind us now. That's where the ferry docks. So you can see if you take a ferry into Gudvangen how close it is to the village. When we started, we just came out from the parking lot to our village. Ah, so that is still a store though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's still a shop there. Used to be a souvenir shop, but I don't know if it's been open the last 2 years due to Corona.
Don't think so, but it would normally be open.
I bet they open it again this year now that the borders are open.
Now we are expecting this to be a normal-ish season.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less Russians than usual.
What does Gamlu? Yeah, maybe. What does Gamlu mean, by the way?
Local dialect, the old one in feminine form. So the old woman would be Gamlo.
This one too, by the way. Sognafjorden, if you wanted to know how to spell that. Because this is where you take the ferry, but that's Sognafjord, which means a Sognafjord. Oh, it's very full in there with isolation and stuff because they're fixing up, so. And then, down that road is the entire village of Gudvangen. It goes about 1.5 blocks long in length, so don't blink. And then you're back on the highway and headed for Bergen. So we went to Bergen on Wednesday, and Charlotte says, shame on us for not saying hi. We should have done that, but it was raining and snowing so hard. I almost slid in the ditch on one occasion before I even got to Voss. So we kind of just went to Outland and left. Outland has a huge source of gaming books, which what?
Well, they have some, but Outland Oslo is much better.
Outland, well, yeah, but
Outland Bergen is basically a Lego store with a small corner for gaming.
yeah, no, that's true. So there you can see up, and we'll see if the hotel is open and we can go sit inside and annoy the crap out of the owner. I think he's on vacation this week.
He seems to be able to teleport between Norway and Spain, so I don't know.
Peruta says, where are the caves? The White Caves, same owner, by the way, as the hotel owner. So right now they only open up for groups, so you have to kind of book with at least 15 people or more in advance because they have to set up the cave with all these candles and everything. It is right around that bend, probably about 10-minute drive from here, 5 minutes?
More.
Maybe. It's before the tunnel to Voss.
6 kilometers up the valley from here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but it's kind of right around this mountain there, closer to the Oh, it's actually past that avalanche where Karl and I live. So that's where the White Caves are. It's really cool to see if you get a chance, but you'll have to book as a group, otherwise they don't open up.
No, but that's how they do it in the height of season, even in non-pandemic years.
Oh, really?
That's standard for them.
We'll go inside now and see. And then I'll check up with the rest of the chat and show you the crap I have in the bag. So they still want you to wear masks. Although due to recent events, we're seeing a lot of demonstrating in Oslo and nobody's wearing masks. So that's kind of, I'll get used to it, but this is the souvenir shop. You can get all the stuff that aren't Viking, but more trolls. I have to show you the trolls. Look at the trolls. So who's your favorite troll and which one looks more like Karl? I like that one. I want to be that troll. Which troll would you be, Karl? I think that one's Greg. He's got that big smile. Which troll are you?
I don't think
I think I found you. I think you're over there. The one on the end. With the beard.
Possibly.
It could be you.
Looks a little bit Islamic, but possibly.
Oh, it does actually. I was going for the hat thing. Hey, Renee. You can see, where did they get tell me the story of these fences, by the way. The gating.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it has Viking ornaments.
I remember that was a huge commission to get that thing, but I forget who they had that made those, but they're handmade.
Yeah, that would have to be, but I don't
Karl's
know.
a mountain troll. You're a mountain troll, says Torben. Yeah. Oh, so we'll have to go and look over there, then we'll go sit down. Oh, you can get rocks here. I didn't know that. People keep asking where we have rocks. And they keep asking what the green rock is that we have, but it's moss agate, I think, or no? The one that we have in our shop that's green? Maybe. Should we go sit down? We can go sit down. And we don't have postcards in our shop, but they have them in theirs. And this is how you spell toilet in Norwegian. It's very important. Big thing to learn when you come here. And it's pronounced toilet, so it's not that hard. Okay, we'll go sit down and I'll catch up on chat. How about this for a Viking, Karl? That looks like Loki and Fenris.
No, that would be Tyr. As the,
Oh, it even says Tyr on there. I'm smart. Which is, how do you say Tyr in English? It's not Thor, it's
Tyr.
Tyr, T-H-Y-R. Okay, so what do you think about those wings?
This is the sequence where he got his hand bit off by Fenris.
Yeah.
But unless I'm backwards, he is getting his left hand bit off, and he should have had the right one. And Fenris is a normal-sized wolf. Fenris is supposed to be humongous.
Yes. Oh, I thought I saw something else, though, yeah. Tria says she would trade Minnesota Lake Superior agates for a moss agate. Maybe we can do that. They don't cost that much. Fenrir's biting off Tyr's hand. Yes, says Jen. So she agrees. Okay, how about this one? He's got horns on his helmet. He's got little horns. These little guys have bigger horns.
Yeah.
So size. Is it? Okay, we can go sit down. We're looking at all kinds of stuff. I like these though. These are kind of cool. The big mugs. Okay, wait. Boobed Vikings. Who's this one?
Well, women do have boobs.
She's got plated boobs though. I don't have plated boobs.
No.
Both of them do.
If you're going into battle, wouldn't you plate your boobs?
Yeah. I guess I would. You know, gotta protect him. Or maybe I just let him hit him, you know, because then that just bounces right off. Is that Freya? Or Frigg?
It's probably not either of those two. It's probably just a Valkyrie, but...
Greg collects these boobed Vikings. Yes, they're boobed Vikings, see? They've got armor boobs. Okay, we should go sit down. We can go sit away from the TV, though. Oh, you have to see the horn. I like the carving on that. Hey, Renee. So we'll go. We're not going to eat. We're just going to annoy everyone. Here, if we sit in the middle, we have more light. Oh, you could sit at the chair there if I didn't make anyone dizzy. Look, big throne. People sit there and take pictures of themselves in it. Okay, we'll sit this down and turn it around. Maybe I'll show you the view actually real quick. So imagine when it's lighter, you can sit here and have this view over the fjord. It's getting a big reflection, but that's the fjord that we just showed on the way in. And the mountains. So it's fun. And they have this huge, if I don't go too fast, fireplace. There.
This place gets super busy in the summer season.
Oh yeah, the whole thing fills up. They actually have to reserve a table just for the bus drivers so they have a place to sit. And then there's our village posters on the wall from the years. Okay, let's tilt this up, sorry. And we can turn it, have a chair, Karl. And then I'll see what I missed on chat and show you what I got in the bag. You have to sit here, I think. The light is better this way. They serve reindeer here, by the way. Oh, Kristen says, stop ignoring me, bitch. I bet she wrote something in chat. I don't know. My messenger, if I have to, my messenger will show me a little post on the top there, but I won't be able to see it completely unless I only get to see it for the second it's up. Okay, why am I ignoring her? Oh, hello, angels. Really? You're upset that I didn't see that, Kristen? No. She called you an angel, too.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah. You have to come soon, Kristen. Kristen's my bitch. Don't tell anyone, but I'm kind of her bitch, too. Is the power out? I think I hear a UPS.
What now?
It might have been there's a TV over there, though, for people. Oh, I have to take this off a bit.
There is something that beeps. It might be a fire alarm that is low on battery or something.
Oh, no, it's the stove, the oven in there. I think has one of their machines is making a... Oh, we're having a good hair day today. Let's see. Oh, sad, a group of two wouldn't be able to see the caves. They sound neat. We've actually told people, if you know of more people that want to, if you find other people around here that are going to be here at the same time that want to see it, you could probably go in and splice.
The Fjordtel usually sets it up as an event. So
Yeah.
I think they need like 3 people or something to run it.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the season, like very much need some advance notice on that. But I can usually pull it off.
Yeah. Well, that'd be kind of smart if they did it like that anyway. So basically, it'd be like a cruise ship event, or the cruise ship has when you go to, for example, with the one I took to Hawaii, if you wanted to go and inner tube down the coffee ditches, which we did, it was really quite cool. Anyway, the irrigation ditches for the coffee, you could take an inner tube. You could inner tube down it. But if they don't get enough people signed up for it, it doesn't happen. But because it costs a bit, they have to like rent a bus to get out there and from the bus or from the boat and everything. Would she do it that way actually, where they just kind of make an event and see how many people they get, and if they get enough people interested, they go through, and if they don't, they don't?
Well, this is the inner workings of the Fjordtel, so I wouldn't, I don't know.
But you could do that on your own end. You have 15 people you can find in the area.
There is a little bit of overlap in personnel between the Fjordtel and us. So occasionally we get notices that they need another person for the caves, and we see if we can swing that or not.
Kristen says, I mean, I haven't seen you for ages. And then Peruda asks, if they serve reindeer, how do all the reindeer sit at the table? Do they tip? And then Kristen says, Peruda. No, seriously, we can get a few reindeer around here.
They're usually not good payers.
No, they just... Oh, they're up in the mountains right now. They're like up there in there. But I haven't seen them in a while. Let's see if I do this. Probably bad tippers. Well, they could tip things with their antlers. If Peruda can do it, I can do it too. You could tip. Get it? Ah, I'm horrible. Okay, we've really gone down. Well, at least we're not into innuendos. Heidi Lisa is here, by the way. It's always bad when we're into innuendos. Instead, we're into really bad dad jokes now. Let's see. And the grapes are out the window, says Torben. Grapes are fun. Well, I think they like it just because they can hang on to it, the little kids. It's stuff that, you know, just small food. And it doesn't really, it's not so bad like trying to eat spaghetti with your hand is not a good thing, but grapes, sure. Charlotte says she was glad that we got home. Let's see what else we see here. That we got home safe? Yep. Their Lego is boring. That was when we were talking about Outland, yeah. No, the Oslo one is bigger, but we'd have to take a train in from Vestby to Oslo, and then it's just a lot of people. So I get a little nervous in there. But at least my kids got to look through the store, take pictures of things they couldn't afford but want to get for later, and then we just order it online as they go. And then you got them quite a bit of things. They got them like, 6 books, and they read them all within the 2 hours it took us to drive back to Gudvangen. So now we have to go back and get more.
For Christmas, we just let them have free reign at Outland Oslo.
Run away, run away.
And when they came back with their hands full of manga stuff, we sent them back because they weren't greedy enough.
Oh, so this time they got to pick up some more, but they spent, I don't know if they were a little bit more focused. They might be running out, but I saw that they picked some new series to choose from, so if they like them, they can start collecting. Okay, what else did we miss here? Oh, she says, yeah, that was the group of 2 for the caves, yeah. But you can probably see if you can find some people online that are going at the same time or something. We might have a page or something that people can post to. I'm not sure if the Gudvangen does. We can take a look at the green rocks after too, by the way, Drea. Horned helmets, burn them all, says Jenny. Charlotte's with me on the boobed Vikings. Okay, I went a little too far back. Oh my God, says Lindsay. Every Ren fair has the same thing, a giant throne where everyone takes pictures of themselves. There you go. Have at it. Take your picture. Just kind of put yourself in there. That one has a cross on it. I didn't notice that. All the chairs have the same motive, but that big one has like a cross in the middle. Yeah, you can see it on there. It's right there. Now the other things, all they have is this motive here, which is that the ones on the chairs that we have here? Karl, is that the, oh yeah, there's another big throne there. Is that the one that we have on the building in our village?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The motive on the motifs on the chairs. Looks like a little dog. The one that you're sitting in, for example. Yeah. It kind of looks like a dog. I'll turn it back. And it is beautiful there. Yeah, it's quite fun. Can't complain. Got a big echo though. But let's see. Tip. Thanks for the info. Norway trip probably won't happen until summer of 2023 for us. Yeah, time flies, though. I remember thinking 2020 was a long ways away. Lyra says she's secretly planning a trip there, but it will be a while with the world burning. Yeah, no, next year. But this year, I think we'll get quite a few people in. It'll be interesting to see. But next year, I expect it to be much.
Yeah, we'll see.
Big difference.
The things going on right now might have an impact on tourism. I don't think it would, but we'll see.
Dre, I would love to see a YouTube streaming with the blacksmith, the metalsmith shop. That would be fun to do, but right now it's really dark in there. So it has to be lit up, but is it being insulated right now or something getting ready for season?
He's insulating it right now.
Yeah, I think he's insulating it so that it'll be, he has to get that done before we open again, so that's why we can't go in there right now. Is there a public library in Gudvangen? Well, it all depends if the gas station wants to start one.
No,
They should almost have like one of those book boxes where you just chuck a book in and someone can take
but
it and
they
switch.
don't have anything like that.
No.
So for library, I think you have to go to Ireland.
Ireland has a library, yeah.
I would be very surprised if there was anything in Flom.
Ireland is the main city also the name of the county that Gudvangen is in. Ireland County is, let's see, that's about 40 minutes, 20 minutes. Oh, Heidi Lisa wrote something, it's gone now. Lyra says, question for Karl. She ordered a treasury of Viking design by Courtney Davis, and some of the images look Celtic. That's the one Greg and I use, that book. I know the one she's talking about. You know the skinny one? It almost looks like a little magazine, but it's not.
The design books that you haven't shown.
Yeah, that's the one she got. And some of them say actually Norse and Celtic.
Yeah. No.
There's more to that question, by the way. Have you seen this book? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? She's skeptical now.
Well,
I use that one.
The Vikings and the Celts are in contact since before the Viking Age. Also, the Vikings like stealing stuff. So it wouldn't be completely out of character for a Viking to walk around with something that was made for a whole different purpose by the Celts. The Viking dragon ornamentics and the Celtic knot basically follow the same artistic rules, except the Vikings like dragons and I like their foreground to be more massive with less background. And the Celts like their symbols generally, it's not an absolute, but generally they like to see more of the background and the symbols are more thin.
So this is a good little segue. I was working on this Skansen hat, if we can call it that. And then I caught wind of Karl's Viking hat, which everybody loves, and asks him where he got it and all this other fun stuff. And how long have you had this hat? It's not nail-bound.
I would say 2000. I probably bought it in 2010.
Okay.
Might have been as late as 2011, but I doubt it.
So if you've been seeing Instagram stories, you can see that this panel that was back here was reddish or very faded red. This is the color of his hat, but this is the color the hat is supposed to be. So it doesn't actually show up here, but it's very faded. Anyway, there was big holes in the red panel here that look like that. So I covered it with blue, the whole panel, the dark blue, and now I'm covering the green with this. But I'm just embroidering right on top of it because the wool is so thick underneath it that it can just reinforce it, because the embroidery that it had on it was very much intact and really cool. So it'd be we have to figure out what to do about the fur later. But this is Celtic, or the design of this, not Celtic design, but Norse, or
Of course.
you've got the overlapping thing.
This
Oh, it's
is,
upside down.
This is from Urnes Style Church. It's the Urnes beast is this particular motif called. So obviously it's in the Urnes style.
There's actually two of them here. There's one there and one there. But actually in that book, if it's the book I think you have anyway, they take a lot of the designs are taken from things that have been found, obviously the churches, but like patterns that are found on a helmet and...
Yeah, no, but the thing is with art styles, you can find examples that is very much Viking, and you can find examples that are very much Celtic. And then you have examples that are basically overlapping. You can have some things that the Celt could make that the Viking would be more likely to make, but the Celt could also make it, for instance. So it's not always easy to say.
It's Ernest animals on the chair, says Kristen, by the way, not yelling about Ernest. That we have to show you properly what one looks like now. I'm sitting like too close to it. There, if I show it this way, then they can still hear you. So there's the top. And it goes all the way down like that. Sorry, did I cut you off, Karl? Look, it's me. I would bite my own tail. Okay, we'll catch up a little bit more. Sorry, I made everybody sick again. Motion sickness. I hope you took your seasick pills for this. Let's see. There we are. Yeah, it is well worn. There's a lot of love in this hat. But I have to find the metal piece that went in the top. It was all kind of shredded up here, so I completely stitched it down. Now it looks like an appendage. But where do you get those metal things that are on the end of it? I'm pretty sure you had a tip on there by the way it was worn at the top. Goes like that in the back.
I don't remember ever having anything like that, possibly.
No, but we have to get you one. You can have a little bling on there. I think it looks like, it's almost like a belt tip. The tip of a belt. Well, I can go down your innuendo lane.
Yeah, I just chose to ignore it this time.
Fail. Oh. Anyway, but then we have to find you some fur too, because I've seen old pictures from Espen Winter took a really good one of you, and it's so nice and fluffy here now, and it looks kind of like shag carpeting. So, just the tip. See? She says just. Okay, I'm going back. Let's see. Anyway, but I like that book. If it's the one I think of anyway, that I'm thinking of, that book that you have, it's got a lot of. It should even say in there in the book where they've got the where it's from, the designs. Did the Vikings make music, and do we know what it was like? Oh, that's a very popular question, actually. That's Torben.
The short answer is we don't really know. We know about, there are vague references to some instruments. We know about battle horns, we know about flutes, and we know about drums. But just take drums as an example. In the mythological story of Loki's Treta, or where Loki basically comes uninvited to a party and insults all the gods along the table.
I would do that.
When he insults Odin, he says something like, Odin plays the drum like a prophetess. So we're not sure what's in this insult. It might be that drums are only played by women and then maybe only prophetesses. It might be that Odin's sense of rhythm made him sound like a prophetess. We have to read between the lines, because the lines doesn't really explain the whole thing. When it comes to what their music sounded like, I don't think we have the faintest idea. We can just make best guesses.
Yeah, go ahead.
Their poems were probably meant to be sung in some way. In the sagas, they refer to it as kvad. And the kvad is probably meant to be a song, and you can see something about their verse rhythm by the way it's set up, the cadence. But how it sounded, who knows? You have a similar problem with the Romans. When people learn how to pronounce Latin, they learn how to pronounce Latin like the Catholic Church, so clerical Latin, which is very sing-songy. It is weird and out of character for a super imperialistic, militaristic people to be talking like this. So, when Caesar crosses the Rubicon, does he say, Alia jacta est? Or does he say, jacta est alia? We just don't know.
I might have irritated, I think I probably ticked off Einar Selvik once about 6 years ago. I asked him, oh, how do you, because he called, it was Viking music, as they call it, but how do you know what that actually sounded like? It's not like you could find sheet music laying around or stuff. Did you just walk around the woods and wait for the trees to talk to you and tell you what it sounded like? And I don't think he took that too well, and he started mentioning something about Havamal. But
Havamal is written in this verse form.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but you have there is basically a system for if you want more details on this, because now I'm talking about stuff I don't really know about, check out Jason Crawford's YouTube channel.
Oh.
He has a lot of good stuff about this, to the point where it basically, most of it goes over my head. Okay, that sounded really arrogant, but hey, I'm really arrogant, so that's fine. And he also shows his sources, and he is a serious person. So
Yeah, well, that would be good. He had some more to that, by the way. What was it? Oh, we got lots of stuff in here. I gotta catch up. There it goes. So, but he doesn't. He said he listened to a French band today proclaiming to perform Viking music, but he doesn't believe them. It sounded more like music for people wielding crystals. It does. I got to admit, a lot of Viking music sounds like crystal waving.
A lot of it is because if you claim with certainty that this is authentic Viking music, the only way you could know that is if you believe that your ancestors told you so. And to believe that, you kind of have to be a crystal waver.
And then there was more about the tip, like an egglet on the end of a string. Yeah, kind of. Lyra said there are no sources in her copy of the book that's making her crazy. She'll put it in her Instagram story. You can also go in, it's somewhere in the description of this, there's the web shop link for the store. I believe our book is, I think we still have copies of them, both of them. So you can see there's two of them anyway. They're both in English, and it might have them sorted under Viking Craft, but see if it's the same book, because I think the green cover is the one that we're talking about.
She said that her book was called something Treasury.
Oh, okay, maybe not. Put it in your story, I'll check today.
The ones that we have, they are citing their sources, so they are giving you drawings of a find and then saying which find it was. The Viking design and Celtic design are the two books we have.
Yeah.
And it isn't a coincidence that we have the Celtic design one, because Celtic design ends up in Viking contexts and vice versa. And a lot of things that a lot of people think about as Viking is really not. The Viking sword, or the Viking sword design, the iconic sword that everybody thinks of as Viking, is a Frankish sword. The trefoil brooches that you see on mostly on women's clothes in Viking reenactment.
Oh, I have one. Yeah, it goes like this, and then, yeah.
They are also Frankish, and the Vikings like them because they are nice, and you can steal them from the Franks, which is an added bonus. So,
did you try stealing any from this French band, Torben?
Obviously, they show up in Viking contexts all the time.
Just say, if this is Viking music, hi, I'm Norwegian, and you're French, so give it to me. I'm trying to. Okay. Let's see. So we'll have to make sure we check. Oh, there, Brutus stuck the Jason Crawford's channel up, by the way. Okay, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think I caught up a little bit. Isn't the song snippet of Drømmemin the oldest written music? It says Drømmemin, but that's because I think it's Drømmemin, it's either Swedish or Norwegian, was from the Viking Age. Was that from the Viking Age? The song snippet of Drømmemin, the oldest written music. Drømmemin means my dream, though.
I'm not familiar with that.
I have to look that one up. Kulning high-pitched song called Cattle from the Field.
I'm not an expert on music. I have heard somebody claim, and I don't even remember my source, so this is valueless really, but I've heard somebody claim that the oldest song that is played now as it was is probably Greensleeves, and that's from 1600s? Question mark?
I think so. Yanni says she remembers the book that Lyra has, and no sources on it, but I think there's a lot of motifs with from the British Islands, so probably a mix of Norse and Saxon. Definitely Ernest on the chairs, by the way. Karl is the Swedish chef, because you were going, then you take the meatball and you put it in the soup. Bork, bork, bork. I like the Swedish chef. Prude is reading The Witch's Heart, in which Loki is the romantic lead, and she keeps wondering if his inability to stay out of trouble is related to neurodiversity. Could he have had ADHD? It's a fair question. That might be a question for Greg.
I would say, I'm not trying to mentally diagnose a mythological character, but I would say that his particular brand of behavior doesn't really fit with typical ADHD. Because typical story goes, Loki does something horrendously complicated and problematic that has unforeseen consequences. The other gods run around in small circles for a while, and then Loki helps them by doing something, again, that requires a lot of planning, is horrendously complicated, and gets their ass off the grill, so to speak. In my somewhat limited experience with people with ADHD, they just basically kick the wasp's nest to see what the wasps will do. There isn't any more planning going into it.
Actually, you could be right. I saw that Torben wrote something. Drømmemin is from the 1300s. Drømmemin, nej, drømde Mick, I hope that was mean, and drøm I natt, I dreamt myself a dream tonight, is from the 1300s.
Draumekvada.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Romans, we will invade your country now. Yeah, drømte meg and drøm I natt is what Maria writes as well too. Lumsk. Okay. And then there was another one in here. Actually, this was kind of, yeah, I kind of agree. So what about the groups like Vardruna that claim to be Viking?
well,
I know they have a lot of Viking inspiration.
they're putting their best foot forward, and they are trying. It's like with the TV show Vikings, a lot of what I do annoy me, but a lot of what I do that annoy a lot of other people doesn't annoy me at all. Like the hairdos, for instance. When
make
we just don't know, we have to make our best guess. I disagree with their conclusion, but obviously they can't have everybody in the series hide their hair all the time. So they have to have a hairdo. They just have to make a decision on which one it is. I think they've gone for a way too complicated one, but they had to do something.
Well, you got nothing but time on your hands. Some of those braids can take me up to 2 to 3 hours just to do. But when I do braiding, everybody wants to look like Lagertha for some reason. But you kind of try to think of, I kind of think of it as the Norse and Celtic art with the over-under kind of thing, and do something like that when I braid their hair, but we have no idea. All I can say is somebody with long hair, if you're going to have long hair,
It's entirely
it doesn't
possible,
tangle as fast
but
if you have it braided up.
most of these people are not rulers of kingdoms, and even the ones that are rulers of kingdoms basically have to get up early in the morning, work all day, and then go to sleep tired. They don't have time to sit around for hours while somebody is braiding their hair.
Those braids, the skinny ones, they can sit in there for 3 weeks
Yeah.
without falling out.
But,
It's just a matter of you having longer than that, then the hair starts growing
Then you have the
underneath.
problem of fleece and ordinary hygiene. This doesn't look like something somewhat intelligent warrior would
Depends
do.
what you're sleeping on, though, because if your hair is tied up, then you have a less chance of getting lice and things. I will fight you on this one, bitch.
Well, again, as I said, this isn't something that really annoys me. It's just because we have no evidence.
No, we don't. They only have one braid, I think, that's found.
What we have
It's
of
very simple.
Depictions seems to show much simpler hairdos. But the depictions can also be simplified because generally we are speaking about a metal figurine that is about this tall or something like that.
He has something on his head that could either be a needle-bound hat, it could be cornrows, or it could just be...
No, you're talking about one of them. I'm
Yeah.
talking about them as a phenomenon.
yeah.
Sometimes you see like a single bride going down the back, or something that might be a single bride going down the back. It's very hard to say. Sometimes it's hard to say if they are wearing a hat or if it is their actual hair. So if the Vikings just had photorealistic art, all of this would be a completely moot point.
Yep.
But the Vikings occasionally show up in other people's attempts of photorealistic art, and you don't see any weird hairdos on them.
No. It's fun to do, though, but yeah. No, I just know of one braid that they have found, and it's quite simple. They braid it like this part here down to here, and then they wrap a bun, and they just stick the braid underneath that's it. Okay, I'm missing lots of chat, and Kristen's gonna yell at me again. Having ADHD, I can see it. It's from Skåne. The Dörmde and Dörminat is from Skåne. Skåne is, well, you have people like Lars Magner Enoksson who says, jag är inte svensk, jag är skånsk.
Yeah.
I'm not Swedish, I'm from Skåne.
There are Swedish people who's
The very southern tip of Sweden.
they've been rubbed against Danish people so much that they're almost Danish.
Do you agree with this, Maria? Maria is Danish and living in Sweden. So, sometimes, so let's see. Greensleeves is about 1530, written by Henry VIII. Kulning is, Jan Eriksson writes, Kulning is lovely, but I don't think there was ever notes from it. It could be wrong. And then Kristen said, would I ever? Of course she would. She's going to write me. I gotta like Torben here. Oh, I gotta kind of hurry up. I gotta show needlebinding too. Were the Vikings flat earthers?
Most likely not.
I like these questions.
The shape of the earth and even the size of the earth has been known since some Greek living in Alexandria decided to measure the distance from Alexandria to one of his friends told him that there was a well further up the Nile where at midsummer the sun would shine directly into the well with no shadow. So he goes, oh, that's weird because my sundial in Alexandria actually works when it's midsummer. So he had his slaves basically measure up the distance from Alexandria to this place in Upper Egypt. And then he calculated the size of the world. He missed with about 5%. So very good mathematics. The Vikings, we don't know for sure because Snorri Sturlason's book, Heimskringla, or the Chronicle of Norwegian Kings, the reason we call it Heimskringla is because the first sentence in the book is Kringla heimsins der mennesker bor. The flat earth disk where the humans live. So he at least did believe in a flat earth. But remember, he's a Christian. In the Kungsspegel, Regis, I don't remember. It has a Latin name and it was written in Latin, I think. It's early medieval. They talk about the earth has to be round because when you see another ship at sea, you always see the sail before you see the prow, even though the prow is closer to you. Which is very simple logic, but it's right. And maritime people generally knew this. The only place you get, the only people who generally didn't know this are desert people and religious people. And when desert people start a religion, all the Abrahamic religions are created by desert goat herders, then you kind of get locked into this idea that the world has to be flat. And we know that the Romans didn't believe this, and the Greeks didn't believe this, at least not after this Greek guy measured the distance and so on. So it's unlikely that the Vikings would be bothered with it. They might have and they might not. The Viking cosmology is horrendously complicated. And when you talk about Jormungandr, who is encircling the Earth, I don't know how that would work on a disk.
Okay. We're just about out of time, so I have to probably show some needle binding because I haven't done that today. This is how far I got on the hat before I got distracted on Karl's hat. But it's getting there. It's at least we're at this point. Oh gosh, I have to block it. It's kind of bulgy. It's because it's been sitting in the bag. Ta-da! It's getting there. It's got a ways to go before it, it's right now it's a yarmulke. What's it called, a yarmulke? No. Yeah, kind of a thing. In my hair in a stick though. That's that. Okay, so are we officially changing the name of this stitch to Skansen? Are we calling it that, or at this point, everybody who's working on Skansen. It's basically Broden with an M2 connection, middle two. This is the wrong side, or the side that faces away from you as you bind. So, are we changing this name to Skansen now? Somebody needs to tell Sana so she can update the yarmulke stitch. Needle binding is mentioned in the Winter's Heart. Oh, that's so cool. Nalbinding. Oh, and she posted the thing in her story. So, at what point do we tell Sana that we've changed the name of this stitch, or we've given it an official name? That it was from Schleda, Sweden, and the Jewish stitch. It is not a yarmulke stitch. Charlotte, get your head out of here. Let's see. Yes, I finished hers last week. Oh, Lyra finished hers. She likes Skansen. It's easy to remember. I gotta say, I will always think of this as Skansen now because of all the... I don't know where Max has been, but I have to say thank you for the challenge. This has been fun. And I will finish this damn thing because I may never use thin yarn again, though, when I'm done with this basket. And then, of course, there's the booties that I put on the front. Not very Viking accurate. I don't think the Vikings had Uggs, but maybe. And then one more thing. The hat that has Karl's DNA on it, because he had to wear it once. I still have to post a picture on Instagram because, oh, it looks very greenish yellow, but it's actually brown. Anyway, I was going to do a giveaway in it. We're going to make it to the end of the month, but actually I am going to give it until Saturday, so you can still post this one. The reason is because we can use your RuneQuest dice and we can see who wins the hat. We put all the names on a list.
And if it has my DNA in it, then whoever gets it can use that to clone me and make an army of guides.
So keep watching. I'll eventually put... the next post I put up on Instagram will be the hat, a picture of Karl wearing it. Mildly irritated because we're taking his photo. But, and then it'll be a giveaway, but we'll draw it on Saturday, next time when we're on YouTube. It looks so poisonous green here, like if you pooped that color, it would be, you might need to see a doctor. But it's actually brown. It's actually brown. There, it's this color. If I hold it that far back. So but it's Malabrigo. I think it's called, I forget the name of it, but one of the Malabrigo brown colors. It does have some yellow hues in it, but not nearly as much as the light is giving it. It's mostly kind of a caramely brown. So anyway, for the giveaway for the hat, though, you can do this on YouTube as well because my YouTube comments are not exactly overflowing. So obviously you need to like and subscribe, which I have no way of controlling on YouTube. I can check it out on Instagram though if you've liked and followed. But and then just write in the comments somewhere that you'd like to be considered for the drawing on the hat. So, and I'll pick the names from YouTube and Instagram all in one, and we'll see who gets it. Karl's DNA. And I will eat the expense of shipping on it. It just won't have tracking because I'm cheap. No, but it will be sent. And the reason it's Karl's DNA is, because he had to wear it once. This ser grönt ut. It looks kind of like really sick poo, but it's not. It's like a cinnamon brown color.
This is a Malabrigo hat with my DNA that is really brown, but in some types of light, you will look poisonous green.
Like poisonous poop.
I would say it sounds like a very good selling point.
No, seriously, I don't know why you wouldn't want this. No, it's in finish 2+2 anyway, too, and it's long enough to have the edges. It's like Karl's hat. It's exactly the same, just different stitch. That's also Malabrigo, by the way. So there you go. Never washed wire. Sick poo. Yeah, there you go. No, it's not green. I don't know if I hold it. There, that's the right color. Wrong. Right. We should go.
You should maybe not have a job in advertising.
No, I don't have a job. I kind of do, actually.
It looks like sick poo. Do you want it?
Do you want it? I'm giving it away. No, seriously, just they're not going to follow me anymore after this. They want to follow her. She has thick poop.
She had more and more subscribers for the longest time, and then she had a giveaway and lost half of her subscribers.
I like that too, though, by the way. Lindsay wrote in there, I always thought that Nalbinding originated from early fishnets. Because it's a looping technique as well. I think that would look more like Billum, but it could have. And Andecker's the one to ask on that one, but there's a lot of it that came out. I think the oldest pieces are definitely from the Middle East. Maria says she's working next Saturday, so she'll have to watch it afterwards. You don't have to be present to win. Just saying. The DNA hat split pea. Oh, see, now I've sent them down a rabbit hole. Okay, so we're gonna go. We'll see you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock our time. Put you in the drawing. Write it in the comments though, because the chat doesn't. I can't pull up the chat. It's too long. But in the comments, I obviously don't get overfloated with comments on my videos, so you can just put it in there, and then we'll find you. Okay. Want to say goodbye, Karl? Are we gonna try to go outside again next week too? We have to now. It's late. Oh, Karin Hollick is here. Good morning. Please put me on the list to be drawn. Write it in the comments on the post on the YouTube link. I think you're able to do it once it's done. So, okay. But we'll draw it on Saturday, so we have a little bit extra time. Okay, bye-bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope I didn't miss too much in the chat.
Bye.